and it's interesting you bring up Rosie. My mother didn't tell any of her friends. And then when Madonna gave birth to Lourdes, it was in the paper. Oh my God, she's, because Rosie and Madonna were really good friends. She's going to bring Lourdes on the show. She had no intention to bring Lourdes on the show. I
remember this.
Yeah. And so the executive producer said, because they were the same age, they were just born, they have similar birthdays. And so he said, can we use Henry as like a prop baby? And I talked to Sharon and she was like, sure. And Sharon came that morning, and I mean, you cannot imagine the paparazzi. This is before you had to show your fucking ID people were just running into 30 Rock and trying to get in the elevator. It was fucking ridiculous. And so Madonna comes out with this baby, and Rosie's like, oh, baby's so cute, but that's not your baby. And she's like,
so Madonna is literally holding an infant, and it is your son.
Right. And backstage, we were all hanging out, and I'm like, oh, he loves singing, because I used to sing to him all the time. And then she starts singing and he starts crying. So I was like, great.
Wait, Madonna started singing?
Yeah, Madonna was like, oh, no, whatever, rock my baby. God. Anyway, she brings him out, and then they do this whole thing, and everyone's like, oh my God, there's Lourdes. And she's like, but that's not your, and it was a he, and they were calling it a she. Anyway, calling the baby a she. And then she says, that's actually, Judy Gold's baby, one of our writers. So I went out and got the baby, and then all my mother's friends, I didn't know Judith had a baby. How did that happen? Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, my mother would tell them Judith's roommate had a baby, and then Judith adopted it. And and I was like, Ma, who the fuck? I had a roommate, we're paying rent, and I'm like, oh, I should probably pay for half of that kid as well. It was the most ridiculous, it was so, and I used to do this bit. Judith's roommate, she was walking down the street. There happened to be a hypodermic needle flying around. It landed in a vagina. It happened to have sperm in it. She had a baby. And because it was so beyond a ridiculous state, we're roommate. And the fact that my mother had friends who had gay kids, and she's like, I'm not bringing it up. If she doesn't want to bring it up, I'm not bringing it up. Let her bring it up. I'm like, Mom, you can talk to Doris. She has never told me her son is gay. And how do you know? I'm like, because I see him at the gym and he's gay.